a tile table. He uses 2 boxes of 1,000 red tiles, some boxes of 100 blue tiles, and 8 boxes of 10 green tiles. He uses 3,380 tiles in all. How many boxes of blue tiles does Dennis use? So we're trying to find out how many blue boxes of tiles. So, well, actually boxes of blue tiles. Okay, so it doesn't tell us how many we used. All right, we do know that he uses 2 boxes of 1,000 red tiles. Okay, so 2 boxes of 1,000 red tiles. So that's going to equal 2,000. Okay. He uses some boxes of 100 blue tiles. We don't know, but we do know that they are 100 each. All right. And then 8 boxes of 10 green tiles. So 8 boxes of 10 green tiles. Okay. So 8 times 10 is 80. All right. For a grand total of boom, 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 bang, comma goes after 3 digits, 2,080 tiles so far. Then it says he used 3,380 tiles in all. How many boxes of blue tiles does Dennis use? So we're going to take our number, 3,380, and subtract 2,080 tiles. Okay, 0, 8, 3, 0, 0, 3, and 1. My pencil keeps breaking. Okay, and then we're going to have a comma here. So what we have left are 1,300 tiles. Okay, well, if the boxes of blue tiles are 100 each, well, this is 1,300. So if all else fails, we can just count by 100s. All right, so we are going to count these blue boxes. 1, 2, 3. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000, or 1,000. Okay, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300. So these each represent a box of 100 blue tiles. Then we have 5, 10, 11, 12, 13 in all. So our answer is 13 boxes of blue tiles. Page 16. Again, I'm going to read. Janine writes these place values on 4 cards. So I see my 4 cards, 7 tens, 4 hundreds, 3 ones, 8 10,000s. What number is shown on the cards? So what I'm going to do for each of these answers is I am actually going to write out my number and then compare. So I see that I have a ones, so I'm going to write a ones here, and that's 3. I'm going to look, next I have a tens. Go ahead and write out my number, 7 tens. Okay. What's my next digit? Oh, I see I have 4 hundreds. And then I remember to sing, boom, 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 bang, comma goes after 3 digits. All right, now I know that I have thousands. Well, I don't have anything in my thousands. There's nothing up here that says thousands, so I'm going to put a 0. Although it's a 0, that 0 still has value. Okay, it's holding the spot for the thousands place. And then I'm going to draw my next line because I see that I have 8 10,000s. Okay, so this is my 10,000s place. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s. And I have an 8. So I'm going to look and see if I have a number that matches this. I know that this is not the correct answer because it starts with 70,000. B is not the correct answer because, again, it's 73,000. Okay, now notice that it has the same digits, okay, some of the same digits, but they're in different orders. Okay, I'm going to look at C. All right, I see a 3 in the ones place, a 7 in the tens, a 4 in the hundreds, a 0 in the thousands, and an 8 in the 10,000s place. So that looks pretty good. All right, but before I go ahead and select it, I'm going to look at this last answer choice, and I noticed that it's only 4 digits long. Well, my number is 5 digits long. So this is not the correct answer because it is not enough digits. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I fill in this answer choice like that, nice and clean. And that's how you complete that one. Number 11 on page 17. All right, let's go ahead and read it. Gina has 237 baseball cards. Ross has 418 baseball cards. Jaquel has 387 baseball cards. Which 2 children have about 400 baseball cards? All right, this question's pretty short, however, it has a lot of steps on it. All right, so we're going to read this sentence and stop. Gina has 237 baseball cards. Stop. Okay, so let's go ahead and write down our information. Gina, she has 237 baseball cards. Okay, so we're done with that one. Ross has 418 baseball cards. Okay, I'm going to write down Ross, and he has 418 baseball cards. All right, done with that. Jaquel has 387 baseball cards. Okay, which 2 children have about 400 baseball cards? All right, so they're looking for, they're looking at each of the children and they're seeing which ones have about 400. Now, when we talk about, that means we're going to round, okay? And round means that we're finding wherever that number is closest to. Is it closest to the nearest 10, to the nearest 100? What are we looking for? In this case, we're looking for the nearest 100 because we see 400. If it were, which 2 children have about 90 baseball cards, it would be to the nearest 10. But here we are looking at the nearest 100. So here's how we're going to do that. We're going to look at our number. We're going to look at the hundreds place. We're going to look at the highest place value, and it's a 2. Okay, so we're going to look at our next number, and it's a 3. This 3, because it is 4 or below, does not change the 2 right here. So it stays at 2, and then we add zeros to the right. So this would be about 200 if we're looking at the nearest 100. So Gina is not going to be our answer. Now let's look at Ross. Let's look at the 4. Okay, so we have a 4 right here. Now we need to look at the tens place, this 1, because it is also 4 below. It does not change this hundreds place right here. So this stays a 4, and then we just we replace the 1 in the tens place and the 8 in the ones place with zeros. Okay, so this is 400. Which 2 children have about 400 baseball cards? Right here. All right, this is Jaquel, 387. We're going to go ahead and underline that hundreds place. We're going to look at the 8 right here in the tens place. Now the 8 is 5 and up. So that means that this 8 is going to change this 3 to a 4. And then we're going to replace the 10 and the ones with zeros. So Jaquel also has about 400 baseball cards. So the answer to this question is Ross and Jaquel. Page 28, it is also a multi-step problem. At the early movie show, there are 316 people. At the late show, there are 278 people. Which number is closest to the number of people at each show? Okay, so when students see this, I think first they think, oh, I have 2 numbers. I either need to add or subtract. But in this case, the question is very important because it says which number is the closest to the number of people at each show. Okay, so they're looking at these numbers separately, but they're trying to compare them to the same number that we're going to round to find our answer. So let's look at the early movie show. There are 316 people. So early morning show was 316. And then at the late show, there are 278 people. Okay, so we're going to look at the late show. It's 278 people. Again, look at your highest place value. Okay, we are going to look at the tens place value. Again, the 1 right here in the tens place value is 4 below, so this number does not change. We keep it the same, and then we replace the 10 in the ones place with zeros. So far the early morning show is rounded to 300. Let's see if the late show rounds to the same thing. So we're going to underline the 2. Look at the 7. The 7 is 5 or above, so it does change this 2 to a 3, and then we're going to replace the 10 in the ones place with zeros. Okay, so both numbers are about 300. Let's look at our answer choices. No, 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 and yes. Okay, so that question takes a lot more thinking, but when you write all your work out, it's not as complicated as it might seem.